One thing I've always liked and admired is personal aesthetics, the way you present yourself. Let's use a man as an example, right? Maybe a man wearing a well-tailored suit or any other outfit, but it sits well on them. It fits. Then there's the watch, there's the shoes. This man is looking and smelling good, the whole works. It depicts an aura of success, of wealth, of power, and that draws people in. It draws people's attention because everybody wants to be associated with that. Everybody wants to feel successful, feel powerful, feel wealthy. To me, it doesn't just end there because anybody can pull together an appearance. But when this person speaks, they are profound. Most importantly, they're talking about God. Genuinely, not the fake stuff. But I think it's really attractive because it's really contradictory. Usually the two doesn't marry well because the expectation is that people that look like that should not talk about God, and people that talk about God should not necessarily look like that. And that's the way it is with women. The wigs or extensions, the makeup, the nails, the whole works is mostly to keep up with aesthetics, to look presentable. Now, there's been many teachings literally warning women against wigs, against extensions, makeup and everything. As a Christian woman, as a believer, you shouldn't be using it because it's of the devil, it's demonic. Now, some denominations will literally judge women that use all those things. Would you say that teaching is correct? My answer is yes. Let me explain. Now, imagine a woman with a high-powered job, for instance, that has to keep up with her appearance, her hair, her nails, and everything. Now, if you're of African descent, then you know how difficult it is to maintain your natural hair, right? Sometimes your skin looks pale and you just have to touch up a bit of makeup. And when you paint your natural nails, the nail chips off before you even know it, leaving your nails looking unkept. This woman in question is a good woman. She prays and God blesses her. She has a dream home, a dream job, a family, a good career, everything you can imagine. And she wears her wigs, her makeup and nails. Now, would you say she's doing something wrong? In my opinion, absolutely not. Now I'm contradicting myself, right? But not everybody is a disciple. There are levels to this. Now, if you're in kindergarten, you run around class, you eat, you poop, you draw circles, right? Then you go into middle school, then high school or college, the university. As you evolve, more is expected of you. Now, in the days of Jesus, many believed in him, many prayed, many had faith, and he taught them, he healed them, he prayed for them, he advised them to abstain from sin. He blessed them irrespective of who they were. However, he was tougher on his disciples. They were at a higher level, so more was expected of them. See, I laugh when I hear people talk about what has God got to do with my hair, my nails, and my makeup and everything. It's all lies. It's all a scam. Even God blesses me more than the people that don't put on all those things. Of course He would, because that's the level you are. Now, as an adult, you won't poop and pee on yourself. Not because it's right or wrong, because you're an adult. You can't. You get to a level up with God where people don't have to tell you certain things anymore. Like, don't tell lies, for instance. You can. However, when you get down on your knees to pray, it's like a tap on your shoulders, reminding you of all the lies you told during the day. And you can't move on until you repent. Now, that's another level. It gets to a point where people don't have to tell you don't listen to worldly music. Let me give you an example, right? Now, I'm a lover of music. I love music, and I listen to all genres of music. I listen to pieces by Mozart. I listen to Bach, Beethoven. I listen to jazz, pop, R&B, all sorts. If the music is right, I can pray for. If the music is wrong, I can pray for 10 seconds. Now, if the music is right, I can pray for 10 hours, literally. So I am moved by music. My mood changes with music. I love music. Now, there's a particular song that I think it was a few years back or something. It was so popular. It was worldly, but it was really popular. It was played at every party. Now, I've heard that song over 50 times. Like, if I mention it, everybody will know the song, right? Over 50 times. But every time you play that song, for some weird reason, I can't recognize it. This is coming from someone like me that lives for music. I can't recognize that music, and people think it's fake. Like, when you play that song, I'm like, what song is that? And people say to me, everybody knows the song. How come you don't know it? For some reason, something in me just rejects that song. You can play it 100 times. I still won't know what song it is. You get to a level up where your mind, your body, and your soul starts to reject certain things. And that's the way it is with wigs and makeup and nails and everything. You know, personally, I like my prayer life more, and I feel a better connection to God when I don't have all this aesthetics. You know, if I had my way, I would just be natural and not use any of it. I prefer that, actually, but I can't maintain it. Then again, that's still my level. You know, I hope to elevate to a point where being in obedience is more important to me than how I look. What I'm saying is, when people talk about hair extensions, wigs, makeup, nails, this, that it's bad, it's evil, it's of the devil, it's demonic, they're not making it up. It's great advice. But if you don't have the personal conviction in your heart, don't try to force it if you're not there yet, you know, because that's how people backslide. They don't see a point to it eventually. I mean, they listen at first, then they don't see a point to it eventually, then they get bored. As a believer, keep going. Take baby steps. Keep praying and keep believing. And eventually you'll get there. That crown will fit. By that time, it will make so much sense that you'll be able to turn around and give out the same advice to others. Namaste.